Okay guys, so the first question comes from Gabby Elise, and she asked us, Katie, help, in all caps. There's this guy I like, and I thought he liked me too, and one of my friends knew. Yesterday at our school's football game, she was flirty with him and everything you can do with a guy, in parentheses, touching him, etc. What do? I really liked him, and she knew. Seems like you need to reevaluate your friendship with this girl. I have like this really big thing about like trust. Like I really put a lot of trust in my friends. I tell them secrets and things I would like never want to get out because I really trust them. But if you're gonna tell someone, I mean, that you really like a guy, you gotta trust them. It can easily go the wrong way, and so they can use it against you so easily if it's someone that you don't really have such a great relationship with or something like that. But that's just really low to be like friends with someone and have them tell you, oh hey, I really like this guy, and then you go out and pursue him anyway. It's a completely different story to be like if they tell you, oh I really like this guy, to be like, wow, I really like this guy too. Isn't that like from some sort of like movie or something? Oh my gosh, iCarly. There was an iCarly episode when like Carly and Sam both like the same guy. If I were in your shoes, I would confront this chick and be like, hey girl, get your hands off my man. You can either go after him like the same, like as you were going to before, and have him decide, or that could turn into like a huge thing. I would probably talk to the girl first and be like, hey, like I thought we talked about this, like what are you doing? Like this is really hurting me that you're doing this, you know, just be honest, because honesty is always the best policy in my mind. You never want to pretend like things aren't wrong when they are, you know? You need to be honest with your friend if she really is your friend. Anonymous asked me, hey Katie, I'm 16 years old and I've never had a boyfriend and I feel like I'm worthless because of it and I'm never going to fall in love. Do you think it'll ever happen? By the way, I love your videos and you're my role model. Love you. You guys might not really know this about me, but I've actually never had like a steady relationship with a guy. Like every time I've ever had a crush on a guy or anything like that, things just haven't really worked out, or I just have like lost interest because I'm very like picky, and I I hate being picky. It's like one of my like least favorite things about myself. I can't really do anything about the fact that I have high standards, you know? But I would definitely just don't put yourself down about it. You have so much more time to find something that's gonna work, like some sort of relationship that's gonna work. Like I'm only 17, I have so much more time to find someone who's right for me, and I'm not going to get myself down about the fact that I may not have a guy in my life right now. And you know, like things are gonna happen when they're supposed to. I have faith that my life will turn out how I want it to in the end, you know? I'm gonna have a happy ending, so to speak, but it might just not be meant to happen right now, and I'm gonna have to be okay with that. Things aren't always gonna go my way, and I think it's like healthy for me to have failures and have moments where I'm like, wow, this is awful. It will happen for you when it's meant to. That's my sort of philosophy when it comes to that. So the next question isn't exactly boy related, really, but it's who is the funniest person you know or who makes you laugh the most? And you guys probably know this if you've watched my videos. I have this really good friend named Bradley who actually has a Twitter, and I'd like you guys all to go follow him because he's hilarious. So I'll put the Twitter right here so you guys can go follow him. He'd probably like that very much if you tweeted him saying something nice. I don't know. But he is probably the funniest person that I know. Me and Bradley have a love-hate relationship, but he makes me laugh at the end of the day, so definitely go follow him. And I thought that was a good question to answer. I don't really know why I decided to, but there you go. Shout out to my friend Bradley who makes me laugh. There's this guy I really like, and I told him. A couple weeks later, we hung out at the mall with a bunch of friends, and I didn't give him a hug because my friend wanted to go somewhere. Then I got a text from him saying, I'd like to be more than friends, but I guess you ruined that when you didn't hug me. I'm really hurt. What do I do? Gosh, this guy sounds like a total drama queen. Gosh, that's just really drama. I would not really go for someone like this because I hate when guys create unnecessary drama. My dream guy, like, is just really chill and like goes along with things, but still makes a big deal out of like the things that need to be made a big deal out of, if that makes sense. Which is kind of like, again, my high standards. My life is already stressful enough, and I don't want to deal with all that drama because I hate drama as a whole. So I would just kind of space yourself from this guy and be like, you know what? Save your drama for the next girl. I don't need that. My best friend dated this guy I kind of liked, then about a month later they broke up. It was a messy breakup, and right after he told me that he wanted to hook up with me. I never told my best friend because I know she would never be okay with me being friends with him. We've been hooking up / hanging out for 5 months now. It's strictly a secret friends with benefits thing. Even though I try to deny it, I know I like him more than just a friend, but I know we can never date. What should I do? I feel like there's like some sort of like Hannah Montana episode like this. Two things. One, it was kind of wrong of you to, how do I put this without seeming like a biatch? In my friendships, I really value my friends and their feelings. And if it was a messy breakup, like it didn't go over well, I would never, ever like stab my friend in the back by going out with her ex. If it was sort of like an easier breakup, like kind of like, oh, I mean, just the feelings aren't there anymore sort of thing, then I think it's completely fine for you to be the rebound if you talk to your friend about it and you let her know that like, hey, like I don't want to hurt you, but I really like this guy. That's different. But since this was a messy breakup, I think that it was kind of wrong of you to do what you did. But since you did it, and life happens, mistakes happen, I would be honest with your friend. That's really the only thing you can do. It's going to be hard, it's going to be a little bit messy. If she's truly your friend, she's going to forgive you because, you know, that's what friends do. We forgive each other because we really just value our friendships more than anything else in stupid drama with boys. Like, you know, boys are always secondary when it comes to like friendships. I can't even express this enough, but honesty is literally the most important thing in any relationship, whether it's with a boy or whether it's with your friends or your family. You always need to be honest, even though it's going to be hard sometimes. I have faith in you. I will cross my fingers for you. Wow, my hair is a total disaster in this video, I apologize. What's your advice in giving presentations? For some reason, it's really hard for me to talk in front of my classmates. I'm a freshman, so there'll be a lot more presentations to come, sadly. Any tips? Okay. This is so weird, but I love public speaking. I don't know whether it's because of my YouTube channel. I love giving speeches. I love talking in front of people. That's just like my strong suit. We do presentations and we do like these things called seminars in my class, my English class mostly, and I live for seminars. We have them like every Friday, and I love just arguing with people. Even if my argument doesn't make sense half the time, I just love arguing for the sake of arguing. My major tip is just to don't care what other people think. Like, they're gonna respect you for having the guts to even public speak to begin with. Like, I know we just did our poems in English. We recited poems in front of the class. We had to memorize like 28 lines of poetry. I still remember all of mine. But it was so nerve-wracking for some kids just because they knew like, oh my god, if I mess up, everyone's gonna judge me. But really, everyone else is just freaking out about the same exact thing. So don't worry about it. People are too worried about themselves to even care. Like, as long as you have the guts to get up there and you do a semi-half-decent job, people are going to respect you and they're not gonna judge you. And even if they do, so what? Because you're never gonna see these people ever again after high school, so don't even worry about it. I'm no like public speaking like, you know, expert, but I try. There's this guy that I like and we met last year in school and we text pretty often. We're pretty good friends, which makes me wonder if I should even tell him that I like him. Sometimes I feel like he likes me back since he asks me all the time who I like. I want to tell him I like him and I want to ask him to hang out, but if he turns me down, I don't want it to ruin our friendship and make it awkward. Please help. Should I just man up and ask him? I think you should, because life is too short to worry about the what ifs. Like, you should just do it. There's that song by Kelly Clarkson, like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So even if you end up failing, even if this guy completely turns you down, you will still become a stronger person because of it, because you'll know, like, oh, next time, blah, blah, blah. Like, it'll serve as a lesson. I think that people are in our lives for a reason, and they all serve some sort of purpose in our lives. Like, they're going to either teach us something, they're going to make us into either better people or test us in some sort of way. Like, I think everyone that is brought into our lives is there for a reason. And maybe like this boy is supposed to teach you some sort of lesson if you get turned down. You won't know unless you try. I would just go for it and be like, hey, I like you more than just friends, and I just have been dying to know if you feel the same way. It's gonna be awkward if he turns you down, but you just have to be like, okay, like, you know, put a smile on your face and keep your head up and move on. I don't know. I just feel like life is too short to waste opportunities like this. Like, what if he's been dying to tell you since day one that he's been hopelessly in love with you? You won't know unless you ask him, because he's probably being a little chicken, because guys tend to be like that sometimes when they're in love, you know. Anonymous asked me, hey Katie, so there's this guy I like. He's in 2 of my classes. I've messaged him on Facebook asking him dumb questions about homework, but I don't know how to start a conversation about personal stuff. I have told you guys in the past that, you know, texting people about like classes and things is like the ticket in to hang out with a guy or like getting closer to a guy. And that is true in most cases, but sometimes if you're shy, it can be harder to go from one step to the other, like the one step of asking about homework to going on to more personal, intimate things. And I guess just for me, it kind of all happens at once. Like, I usually just go on to more personal things. Like, say I'm face chatting someone about an answer, I'll be like, oh, so how are you? You know, I'll just like kind of transition. I guess the most important thing is after that, talking to the person in real life. You can't just base a whole relationship off of a face chat on Facebook, you know? You need to transition transition that from being like, you know, something more digital and like texting, because it's so easy because you don't have to see their face and everything. You're just gonna have to pull a Hail Mary. You have to like just go out on a limb and do it. You have to take a risk and just go up to him and be like, hi, you know, just talk to him, okay? It's gonna seem weird, but again, like, this is high school. I mean, if it doesn't work out, then just move on to someone else. It's so easy because this is high school. I don't know, I just keep on having to remind myself, like, wow, I have the rest of my life to live. I have so many mistakes to make still. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about all the mistakes I'm going to make in my life, and it's just gonna happen. Even though, like, I don't want it to, it's gonna happen. Definitely just go up to him and talk to him about whatever you might want to. I don't know, like how your math class is, but in my math class, like, it's so easy just to get up and just talk to people, just because my math class is really chill, even though I'm not doing so great in math right now. If he sits next to you or something, just turn to him and be like, hey, like, how was your weekend? You know, it does not hurt to be kind like that, and hopefully it will turn to something else. Even if you just say hi to him or something, he's not gonna be like, oh my god, this girl wants to, you know, hook up with me or something. Like, you don't know that for sure. So just make it casual at first and let him make the move if he really likes you. Talk to him. Worst thing that could happen is he could be like, you're weird, go away, but then that's his loss, you know? In the end, it's his loss if he does not want to socialize with you. Anonymous asked me, are you interested in anyone right now? No, I do not currently have anyone in my life. I don't really know if I'm even interested in any guys. Like, I get these like little like flirtations, but I'm like, oh, I really like this guy, like I could see myself with him. But then I go back and think like, wow, he probably doesn't want someone like me, like, which is really bad for putting myself down. I really hate it. I really need to take my own advice sometimes about this. But honestly, I just don't see myself with anyone at my school because I feel like I kind of need to grow more as a person first before I can handle any of the people that I actually have my eye on, you know? I'm not like a perfect person, guys. I don't think you guys really know that sometimes just from seeing me talking about makeup and things. Sometimes I make mistakes and it's just, I don't know. My life is kind of crazy. I have like a beautiful mess of a life, I'd say. I think the main reason is because I don't do bad things. Like, I don't smoke, I don't drink, or any of that to seem cool, and so people often peg me as like the goody two-shoes type of person, but I just don't really see any of the guys at my school going for someone like me just because I don't drink and I don't smoke. A lot of guys want someone who does. That's just not how I roll. So no one's in my life right now, and again, I know it'll happen when it's supposed to, so I don't want to be sitting around pausing my life, putting my life aside to wait for someone to show interest in me, you know? Like, it's gonna happen when I start doing the things I love to do. So thanks so much for watching and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys all in the next video, so bye!